All right. How are we doing today, YouTube? Don't be too fooled by all this sunshine and blue skies. It is still pretty cold out here. Probably just about to hit 45 as I was leaving. But it's warming up. So for my money, that's enough for a road bike ride. I'm doing some more riding with this third person mount. Which I fear means today you're going to be looking at my lumpy pockets on my jersey. It is what it is. I'm gonna let this person pass me. There is too much shit going on here. Okay, can't remember if I mentioned it earlier, but we are going for one of my old tried and true routes up to downtown Rockford and back. On the way, I figure we'll check out Riverside Park and see how much of it is still underwater, because I guarantee you at least a portion of it is. Signs don't apply to me. I drive a car. I'm special. Yeah, definitely lower than it has been. This is obviously the first time I've been out with the video camera since it started flooding again. Second time in 2026, by the way. This one was a little worse. And we got more rain coming this week, so I guess we'll see what it looks like a few days from now. I almost certainly will not be able to get through the full route. I'll have to post some pictures to the channel. If I feel like getting fancy, I may even splice them into the video. We'll see. But if you are curious, I came out here and took some pictures when the flood stage had peaked, and I'll at the very least put them on the posts in my channel. Yeah, if it's anything like it was the last time I rode through here, I may just have to turn around after this bridge. Yeah, it's still pretty high up over here. The path to the left is almost certainly still going to be underwater. And based on what I'm seeing over here and how much this pond has overflowed over to this section, yeah, I think I'm probably going to have to turn around. The path to the right might be dry enough. Nope. Still a significant amount of a mostly dirt path underwater. Not for me. Not on this bike. People are just waving to the camera. What's going on? Keep seeing movement out of the corner of my eye. Whew. All right. And I have no idea how bad the flooding is going to be up here. I may need to go up to West River Drive to get through, if I even decide I want to. I don't know, we may call an audible on this one, YouTube, we'll see. There's a small little like subdivision that's just to the right of the path, just north of like the little, it used to be called AJ's, place with the go-karts and the mini golf and all that. They just changed the name of it, now I don't remember what it's called anymore. But just north of that, coming this direction to the right of the path, there's a small little subdivision of houses down there. And anytime the river hits a moderate flood stage, their properties go underwater. Not entirely, but effectively. And at this point, that's a yearly occurrence. So I gotta wonder how much longer people are gonna continue to live there. Their insurance companies can't be happy. Just glancing at it, it looks like the walkway to get under the bridge is flooded. Yep, entirely. That's not surprising. Yeah, with this camera mount, we're gonna take it nice and easy over these bumps here. Dented more than one wheel. And if I remember correctly, cracked a fork getting over these stupid bumps. Sometimes I come off of that bridge all full of adrenaline, YouTube. It happens. Sometimes I want to try and bunny hop shit when I'm 220 pounds and not very good at bunny hopping shit. We're not going to make those mistakes today. In the interest of keeping my camera equipment going. Yeah, this trail's bumpy enough as it is, frankly. I love this trail. Don't get me wrong. But I wish they paid a quarter of the attention to this trail that they do to the surrounding roadways. Instead, I get a thud-thud, 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 thud-thud. All right, here's where it may start getting dicey. I can get through here if it's bad. Go the other way. That's fine. I'd rather risk some dirt and gravel than the water. Woo! Woo! Sometimes I make DuckTales noises when I think I'm about to fall or hurt myself. Yeah, as expected, this isn't too bad. It's a little damp, but this dirt has also been hard packed, mostly under grass for quite some time. Gravel's gonna suck a little more. It's because it's rough. And I'm not on a proper bike for this. Go nice and slow. Looks like they got driving school going. But it also looks like if I stick to the left, I will be out of their way. Maybe it's not. Maybe they just got barriers set up for some other reason. Ooh, smooth pavement. Feels nice. Not sure why that person was having so much difficulty, or what even they were trying to do, because I don't even think they completed a left turn back there, which is what I thought they were trying to do. Okay, well, looks like the path's above water at least. Yeah, okay, here, what's it called? Game Time Fun Park. That's about as generic as it gets. I'll bet some weird conglomerate or venture capital people bought it. Yeah, here we go. We'll roll over and take a quick look. Got a kayak and a canoe out here so people can get home. That sucks. Road may flood. Yes, it may. Yes, it may. Yeah, if you live in the area and or just follow the news around here, you may have seen some video of people kayaking and or canoeing back and forth to their homes. Like I said, man, I gotta wonder how much longer people are gonna live there. It's gonna go underwater every year. The city is spending some money on changing the river. The idea is to, I guess, restore it back to its original form, more original form, before we put a bunch of concrete dams or spillways or whatever they are in there. And instead use more natural features like boulders and stuff to break up the flow of the water. Supposedly this should also help with the flooding. Because again, at this point, it happens every year. I'll be honest with you, YouTube. I very much wanted to make this video today. But one thing about this ride is it gets a little boring. It gets more about controlling my pace. Just kind of getting some of that steady state training in. Maybe working on my, I don't know what to properly call it, my upstroke, which is something I don't do very well. I tend to just stop. The downside of that is it's kind of boring. And I prefer to have music. Passing on your left.
Thank you.
On your left. .45:21, man. That's pretty slow for me on the road bike. That's all right, I'm not trying to push it today. That would be a 10-mile time, by the way, for those of you who follow me for the metrics. Can't imagine as many of you. Yeah, I set 10-mile laps on my Garmin.
Yes.
Oh, right. Downshifting. I forget sometimes. Nah, fuck it. We'll just slow all the way down to a stop and then muscle back up to our cruising speed. It's the way to do it, right? Like I say, I hope you're not coming to me for the metrics or the form or for how to properly ride a bike. I am self-taught on all of that. Mostly learned what to do, trying not to die on the streets of Chicago. Which, to be frank, is a lot easier than trying not to die on the streets of Grand Rapids, if we're being perfectly honest about it. It has gotten better. In fact, partially due to a combination of just experience, being comfortable on a bike, being a strong enough rider, and infrastructure and other bikers being out there. Motorists definitely are far more used to seeing cyclists in the road with them than they were back in the early 2000s when I started getting serious about riding. Part of me wants to go over to Rogue River and see if they've started work on the path over there. But part of me also wants to chase this guy who passed me. It's a very small part of me. I've never been a very competitive person, YouTube. I find competing with myself to be the more satisfying endeavor. And a more effective avenue for self-improvement. For me personally. Obviously not everybody's that way. anyway, not sure if I finished what I was saying earlier. So, long-time viewers of the channel, what few of you there may be, will be familiar with a road that we kind of rode nearby over here. Well, we crossed it at one point, called Rogue River Avenue. One moment. Which I will sarcastically refer to, well, no, it's not sarcastic, it's, oh, I guess, you know, I'll call it Road Rage Alley. I refer to it as Road Rage Alley. Because it is common there. Yeah, two-way street, 35 miles per hour, so everyone wants to go 55. Tiny little shoulder. Passing on your left. Nowhere near enough to be passed by cars, when they're moving in both directions at least. So, I will take the lane. And towards the end of it, there's quite a few blind curves and an uphill at the same time. Quite a few. I mean, like two. One big one. Through the uphill. So, you know, I try to take the lane through that section, but it can be rough. With a motorist nipping at your heels and or just flying around that corner and not looking for you. So yeah, one of my most dreaded sections of road that I ride regularly. I use it to go visit family. Passing on your left. But the end of all that was, and the good news is that they are building a pathway separate from the road, specifically to address exactly my issues. What exactly my issues are, you know what I mean. I'm not sure I phrased that properly. I'm riding a bike, YouTube. Give me some slack. But yeah, and the latest news story I saw on it, if I remember correctly, which maybe I'm not, said it was possibly going to be done by spring of this year. And it's April, baby. So I gotta imagine they're working on it already. And man, I can't wait. It's gonna be so much nicer coming up to see my family when I don't have to stare death straight in the eyes just to not have to drive a car. I mean, obviously I'm willing to do it. I'm that kind of unreasonable person, YouTube. I believe we've had this discussion in almost exactly those terms. But I really shouldn't have to. And I'm glad I will soon have an alternative. Hey, maybe we'll still go do it and do it just for fun. Just to piss off some meathead pickup truck drivers. Is meathead an ableist term? I may have to check myself on that one. That's gonna be a hard one to give up. I like that as an insult. Yeah, I might have to give that one up. Might be time. I guess I don't use it that often. It's the first time I think it's come up in a video. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just my personal etiquette, but I really don't think it's necessary to be cutting between pedestrians at 20 plus miles per hour without even fucking saying anything. On a shared trail. That seems like dickhead behavior to me. Passing on your left. Passing on your left. Camera isn't going to last much longer. We're almost there. Passing on your left. Yeah, well, as you might expect, the winter didn't make this path any smoother. Passing on your left. Woo! Is that a bird? Ooh, water. Let's not spray our camera. Pretty rough through here too, so probably good to slow down. No reason to hammer back up to speed. All right, back up and at 'em. All right, are you ready for a little oversharing YouTube? So these sleeves and leggings, these black ones that I'm wearing underneath my jersey and my bib, are really just 4 individual pieces. There's not like an undershirt or anything. They are just to cover the skin that's exposed when you're wearing a short sleeve jersey and bib, I guess. They were cheap, so that's why I got them. The main downside of that is they're pretty tight, but still like to move around quite a bit, so they chafe. Which is unfortunate, but it's better than freezing my ass off in this sub 50 degree weather. Yeah, the whole reason I bought them was for Halloween last year. I don't know if I posted a full video, but I at least posted a short of me in that costume. Because, yeah, it got cold. And they were necessary. In fact, if I remember correctly, it was just about this temperature. Maybe a little warmer.
Thanks for coming to the park with me. I had so much fun.
So my joke with her was, hey, you think the
Passing on your left.
why is there bugs?
Passing on your left. Passing on your left.
So I like tied them together. And I was like, this is the best position.
Oh, wow. Usually I am just hitting 15 miles as I turn around here. Today I'm at 16 and some change already. Not sure what I did with my route, but I added a little bit of distance, I guess. Ooh, I see a porta potty and we are taking advantage. Get a little run through downtown Grand Rapids proper. Not sure that's a view I've shared with you very much, YouTube. Passing on your left.
Cannondale Optimo.
Passing on your left. Oh shit. Forgot to turn my tracking back on. Yeah, at this point in the season, my battery life is going to kind of decide the end point of my videos for me for a while. Seems like I get about 75 minutes out of a full charge, and I got 2 batteries, so that's about 2.5 hours of ride that I can actually capture. And this time of year, sometimes my 30-mile rides will take 3. Definitely going at a pretty slow pace today. Got passed more than once, which is rare. Says more about the fact that a lot of cyclists just don't use this path very often. Today I got passed. Jesus. Fucking path. Fuck. Whew. That was fun. By the look of things, gonna have to keep it a little slower up here. But at least I had one good opportunity to open up, get some good speed going. Yeah, we'll get our kicks doing a little of this instead. How about that, YouTube? That wasn't good either. I'm slow today. I am slow today. It's all right, sometimes it's good to be slow. Probably stop to check, make sure my mount is still secure. It's concerned that something might have vibrated loose. It's been some rough riding today. Cross the street here and just finger tighten a couple of things as needed. I feel like I see a lot more recumbent bikes here than you get in most places. I guess I don't know. I'm not really sure. Aside from Chicago, I don't really have much to compare it to. Passing on your left. You certainly don't see much of them downtown. It is mostly out here on the paths. Boy, it'd sure be fun to bomb that hill, but oh man, some of these buckle points in this path have been here so long that they're like permanent fixtures of the trail, I swear to God. Fuck. Yeah, we're gonna take the other way this time. Decidedly less flooded way. It's a little bit harder to see the record light with the sun shining directly on it. If I had to guess, I would say it's probably gonna die before I head downtown. I guess we'll see. Yeah, I'm looking at an hour 50 overall for the ride right now. And I've been pretty good about, if the camera's rolling, my tracker's rolling. Not great for my Strava stats, but helps me keep better track of how much battery time I got left. Yeah, I would say if I'm lucky, I'll get another 20 minutes out of it. And if I'm lucky, we'll be close to home at that point. And it is almost 50 degrees out here. It is way overdressed. I don't know, I guess it gets pretty cold sitting on top of an e-bike that you don't have to expend any energy to move. All right. Let's not damage my shit. All right, still flashing red for now. I can see it in the dark. Is this one coming up behind? Hell yeah. There we go. I think I saw some red still. That's good. That was a nice little sprint. Glad that got recorded, if only for my own sake. God damn it, I just keep throwing shit up. Running over things that go flying. Yep, we're past the 2-hour point now, so maybe another 10 minutes of record time. Well, no, because it's an hour 15. I don't know. See, I might actually have a half hour's worth. 20 minutes to half an hour. That should be enough to get home. I guess we'll see what it does. Obviously, you never make it all the way home with me, YouTube, no matter if the recording continues. It's just easier for editing purposes because I don't have my mic really hooked up to my camera in any way. So I have to manually align them. Those of you who pay attention might have noticed the fallout from me doing that in past videos, because sometimes I don't do it very well. I am at my best an enthusiastic amateur when it comes to video editing. And much like my cycling style, I am entirely self-taught. I don't know if I have mentioned it before, but I started chopping up videos and uploading them with video game gameplay footage. I have a separate channel that's just called Coprofish that I just upload video game gameplay for the most part. I've done a couple of videos where I have some voiceover, and of course those are the most popular videos on that channel, but I really upload to that channel just for myself. I like having videos of gameplay that I can go back and look at. It's fun for me. I have basically the same philosophy when it comes to this channel. This one I will actively, try to encourage some amount of channel growth. Partially because I spent money on actual hardware for basically this purpose. So, it'd be nice if I at least got some eyeballs on it. I do not expect that I will ever gain enough of a following to be monetized on here. Stranger things have happened, I suppose. Maybe I'll get inspired one day to do some kind of killer bike video format that no one has done before or that I do particularly well and enjoy doing. I'm not saying it's impossible, but again, it's not really what I'm here for. I do this for me. I do a lot of things for me. I think we might go down Division on the way back here. Check out some of this new bike infrastructure that's only kind of half built. I guess it's entirely built, as in the physical structures are there. It is not done being painted. Ooh, I should get a picture. There's a mural up here that's really nice. Gotta have a thumbnail, YouTube. All right, we're approaching it now. And we're gonna try to use it. We're gonna go nice and slow. So before, the bike lane would just end here, and you'd end up mixing up in traffic, but it was a pretty wide lane. So cars could usually get around you pretty easily if they wanted to. Now, as you can see, it is shuttling you up onto the sidewalk, which has been widened, particularly up here. And we got trees between us and car traffic. See some bike-specific signage here. And then here is the actual signage that matters. Bikes, keep left. Peds, keep right. The problem is they have only painted a couple blocks. And the signs are tiny. So naturally pedestrians are paying zero attention to them whatsoever. And yeah, frankly, a lot of the time, particularly if it's busy, I will just ride in the street through here. And yeah, the paint they have put down is already like half destroyed. I mean, like, you know, I appreciate that they're doing something. I definitely do. A little more follow through might be a good idea though. Just saying.